A young man went into confession crying and told the priest, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." "What have you done?" asked the priest. "A few weeks ago, I went to the library. I remained there until closing time, and when I was about to go home, rain started pouring down. It was so intense I had to wait in the library. I had waited for a while with the librarian, a young, attractive, single girl. Then one thing led to another, and I ended up sleeping with her." The man stopped talking but kept weeping. "Well, don't cry. It's a sin, but it is not that bad. You should say 5 Hail Marys and it will be forgiven," said the priest. "But it doesn't end there," the man kept sobbing. "A few days later, my elderly neighbor asked me to help her with her computer. Her husband was hospitalized and she couldn't send an email to her son. I went there and fixed the problem, but when I was about to leave, rain started pouring down. It was really stormy and I had to wait. One thing led to another, and I ended up sleeping with the old lady," the man cried. "Oh dear, well, that makes it harder indeed, but still, you should say 15 Hail Marys and you will be forgiven," said the priest. "Oh, I'm afraid the worst part is still ahead," cried the man. "Yesterday, I went to the barber. I was his last client that day. As soon as he finished and was about to close the shop, rain started pouring down so intensely I had to wait with him. One thing led to another, and I ended up sleeping with him as well," the man cried. "Oh dear, it is indeed worse than I thought," said the priest. "So what should I do, Father?" the man asked. "Well," answered the priest, "you should get the out of here before it starts raining."
A young couple were on their honeymoon. The husband was sitting in the bathroom on the edge of the bathtub saying to himself, "Now how can I tell my wife that I've got really smelly feet and that my socks absolutely stink? I've managed to keep it from her while we were dating, but she's bound to find out sooner or later that my feet stink. Now how do I tell her?" Meanwhile, the wife was sitting in the bed saying to herself, "Now how do I tell my husband that I've got really bad breath? I've been very lucky to keep it from him while we were courting, but as soon as he's lived with me for a week, he's bound to find out. Now how do I tell him gently?" The husband finally plucks up enough courage to tell his wife, and so he walks into the bedroom. He walks over to the bed, climbs over to his wife, puts his arm around her neck, moves his face very close to hers and says, "Darling, I've a confession to make." And she says, "So have I, love." To which he yelled, "Don't tell me! You've eaten my socks!"